Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, August 22nd, 2012. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. As soon as they pop up, you'll see that futures are trading lower by about $3. They have come off the lows this morning. We're trading just below the 1408 level. However, they have caught a little bit of a bid. So right now, down about $3 to around the 1409.50 level. So again, futures, not a big decline, just a little bit of a weak start for the market. Again, the trading volumes remain very, very light, so we'll have to watch this very, very closely going forward. But right now, futures under a little bit of pressure. Looks like the U.S. dollar index is catching a little bit of a bid today. That's up about 9.5 cents. Not a big deal. We can't make too much out of this, at least at the moment. If the dollar really starts to catch a bid and starts to surge, I think you could see the futures, and later on today maybe the markets come in. But unless that happens, we could be in store for more of a flat type trading day. The month of August has been very, very lackluster when it comes to volume. Trading volumes have been some of the lightest I've ever seen, and we have to take that always into consideration. Extremely light volume in this market. A couple of other things to go over real quick. Looks like in Germany they had a bond auction today. It was I think they sold 4 billion euro worth of 2-year notes, and it looks like the demand for those notes was not as strong as what it has been in the past. In fact, they sold those treasuries at 0%. Last time they sold them at a negative rate. So again, that's something to watch pretty closely. Also, this afternoon, I believe there's going to be some news coming out with the Greek Prime Minister Samaras. He's going to meet with the Euro-group President Juncker and asking for an extension on a loan. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how the market reacts off of that. I think people have looked past Greece now as an afterthought, and they're more so focusing on Spain and Italy at the moment. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely. One thing you want to remember is keep an eye on the European markets. Right now you have a little bit of pressure in the European markets. Spain is down 1.6%. Italy is down about 0.6%. German DAX is down about 0.8%. And England, which is the FTSE 100, they can print their own money separate from the European Union. They're down over 1%. And when you look at interest rates there, we want to watch the Spanish 10-year. That is up about 2 basis points today, not a big deal. Italy is actually down 2 basis points on the 10-year to 5.53%. So keep those bond yields up on your charts and watch those. Very important to keep an eye on those going forward. All right, let's take a look at oil, gold, and everything in between. Today you have gold flat at $16.43 an ounce. Yesterday gold made a very, very nice move, traded higher by nearly $20. On the back of a weaker dollar. Today, you're seeing the GLD trading just above the 159 level, right around 159 and a quarter. We'll see how it reacts from here. Again, if the dollar goes lower, you could expect gold to move higher. Right now, though, I don't know if you can expect a whole lot out of gold from what I'm seeing. I think you're at a pretty decent resistance point here. The same goes for silver. Silver, again, had a decent day yesterday, trading at around the 28.58 level. But once again, if the dollar is stronger, you could watch for silver to be a little bit weaker today. When it comes to oil, we do have light sweet crude this morning, trading higher by 43 cents to $96.40 a barrel. Light sweet crude is what we use here in the United States. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for oil, and you'll see in the pre-market here, light sweet crude, or I should say the USO, is trading at right around the $36 level. So basically where it closed yesterday, not much movement there. Again, if the dollar is weaker, oil is expected to go higher. Here's something that no one talks about, and I'm going to talk about it here, is the UGA. This is gasoline. Gasoline is surging to a new high today at right around 59 bucks. If you take a look at a daily chart of gasoline, you're going to see how this thing has really taken off since the end of June. When it was trading around $45, and now it's trading back up to $59 this morning. So gasoline at the pump is becoming very, very expensive. And once again, this is all about the dollar. If the dollar becomes weaker, gasoline will go higher. Everybody's going to feel that inflation there. and that's what it comes down to. So we don't no longer really trade stocks any longer. We really trade inflation and deflation with the action in the dollar, and that's the way it's been for about 10 years now. Okay, so let's get on to some stocks out there in the news. There's not so many big movers. There are a lot of stocks out there today with some headline news, but the big movers here is Dell Computer. That's most notable. Dell closed yesterday at $12.34. Today it's trading at $11.62. Couple things you want to know about Dell. One, you have a little bit of support around $11.34. I don't love that level. There is some support there though. After that, it's going to be $10.50, and after that, it's really going to be all the way down to its 2009 low, which was $7.84. That would be a pretty good level for an intraday bounce, I believe. Even 1050 may give you a quick little scalp long, but be careful with Dell. It's definitely on the weaker side today, and it's a strong gap down. So you got to be a little bit careful with Dell. Trying to pick that bottom, it's not going to be easy. Let's take a look at the Sunrise Living. SRZ is the ticker symbol. This stock is being bought out today by, I believe, a senior living REIT. So, again, nothing to do here. It's going to base sideways like this. If you do own it, congratulations. If you don't own it, leave it alone. You don't want to short it. You don't want to do anything with it. It's a takeover, and it's a buyout, and that's it. The deal is done. Should just go sideways from here on out. Okay, but congratulations to anybody on Sunrise Senior Living. Pretty good move today on a buyout. Let's take a look at Toll Brothers. They had earnings. This is probably the most important home builder that anyone could follow because they cater to the high-end clientele, the more affluent clients. So you want to watch this one closely. Again, the stock closed at $31.81 yesterday. It's trading around $33.10 now. I don't see really anything wrong with Toll Brothers. It can go higher from here. I don't know. If the market rallies, this thing can go as high as $36. That would be a spot to short it or fade it. Other than that, I would leave it alone. There's really not a lot you want to do with this one this morning. Let's take a look at Williams-Sonoma. Ticker symbol is WSM. This stock has been on fire as of late. This is a big gap up. You're trading up to around the 41.80 level. I have to say, I'm looking at the stock now, and really, it's above the 41 resistance point. That's what I had on my charts. So you got to look to the next higher level, and that's all the way going to be all the way up around $45.50. That would be, if it gets up there, a good fade candidate today if it does extend up there, and it could. And I'll tell you why it can do that, because sometimes this stock is very light volume. Sometimes it trades less than 1 million shares. These stocks have a tendency to overextend themselves. So if it gets up to around the 45.50 level, I would be looking to fade it or short it. And again, you want to see that happen before the lunch hour. You don't want to see a base come into the stock before it gets up there. But if it gets up there, that would be a fade candidate. Right now, you got to give the stock a little bit of credit. It's making a big move. It's a weak gap up, so at some point it is going to fade. It's just about finding the correct level to fade it. But and it's a light volume stock, so I'm going to pick that 45.50 level. Alrighty, everybody, that pretty much wraps it up for today. Again, this afternoon you will have some economic news out, so please stay open for that. You will have the Fed minutes out. There's going to be a lot of talk about people looking for quantitative easing chatter from the Federal Reserve. I just don't see them being able to do it at this time. But either way, the Fed minutes will be released at 2 o'clock. I never understand why we even have Fed minutes when you have computers and all these other things, stenographers. They could just give you the Fed minutes when the meeting happens, but that's not the case. Got to wait a whole month for the Fed minutes to be released. You'll also have, I think, existing home sales at 10 o'clock as well. We'll see how that plays out. Again, if you ask me, it's all about Europe. It's all about the dollar. Europe moves the dollar, and that's all that matters at this time. So we'll watch those economic news reports, but I'm not sure they're going to be big market movers. Keep an eye on the dollar chart as always, and that's really what you have to do in this type of environment. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care, everyone.